Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. What a time to be alive. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, is planning to run through contractors a Bitcoin and an Ethereum node, in addition to as many as possible of the following blockchains: Bcash, Stellar, Zcash, EOS, Neo, and the XRP ledger. I do repeat, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission plans on running a node for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bcash, Stellar, Zcash, EOS, Neo, and XRP. They provide no concrete reason as to why they need to run their own node, save for stating that it supports its efforts to monitor risk, improve compliance, and inform commission policy with respect to digital assets. They specifically state the subscription shall source all blockchain data from hosted nodes rather than providing this data as a secondary source. So suggesting what they're probably looking for is an analytics company to presumably outsource the SEC's blockchain monitoring and compliance investigation. They would also like to have data that includes things like hash algorithms, hashing power, mining difficulty and rewards, transaction quantity and size, coin supply, and blockchain size, end quote. That sort of data is provided for free by plenty of blockchain explorers, but presumably they want analysis rather than just data, as their requirements state the contractor should. Then it has a whole bunch of other information that they actually want. Here's the information right here on the Federal Business Opportunities, or fedbizops.gov. Blockchain data, it says somewhere the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, 100 F Street, address so-and-so, intends to procure a commercially available, off-the-shelf, enterprise-wide data subscription for blockchain ledger data to support its efforts to monitor risk, improve compliance, and inform commission policy with respect to digital assets. I bet that was the last thing you thought you were going to hear today, that the SEC planned on running nodes for the top cryptocurrencies that we have in the market. It appears, at least right now, that they say that they are doing so to be able to, I guess, maybe track and kind of see where things are going. Like it says, that you can usually get this information completely for free, but they probably want a better stronghold on exactly what's happening, how it's happening, and I guess have maybe different metrics to actually see it. It's one thing to see it on a website, but to have a company say, you know, this happened, so and so and so. There's been an increased usage. The hash rate has increased. This hash rate has gone down. The amount of money that flowed through this is this amount, and this is what we saw through this so and so and so. Because especially, I assume this also has to do with the reporting by Nouriel Roubini and a couple of other people that the cryptocurrency volumes on multiple exchanges have been falsified, or that the exact transactions that are flowing through them aren't correct, or whatever the case might actually be. It seems like another way for them to try not to control the network, but to control the situation, if that makes any sense. So they seem as if they are more aware than they were previously, i.e. we're running it as well, so we also have access to this information. Kind of, I mean, it's really weird. It's very, very odd. Hopefully, no, there is no real hopefully. I mean, I have no real hope at the moment that the US will kind of get it together when it comes to regulatory information. However, there was probably not anything in my head that told me at the beginning of 2019 that the SEC would be running a Bitcoin, Ether, or XRP node. But alas, here we are. Once again, here is the data. It is on fedbiz.gov, or fedbizops.gov, Federal Business Opportunities. And yeah, without further ado, let's move on. Surprisingly, the UK Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCA, has finalized its guidance on crypto assets, clarifying which tokens fall under its jurisdiction. Most of the rules issued on Wednesday were proposed in consultation paper CP19, which was released for public comment in January. As widely expected, the final guideline does not drastically alter the regulatory landscape, instead specifying when certain types of assets or crypto assets fall under existing categories. The FCA said some 92 responses to the consultation paper were received for an assortment of firms, including banks, trade associations, and crypto exchanges. Most respondents supported the proposals, said the FCA. Importantly, the guidance provides a definition of security tokens. When issued, these assets behave like shares or debt instruments, including ownership rights, thus falling under the category of a specified investment, and in turn, the FCA's remit. Although all respondents who answered the question agreed with the regulator's assessment of security tokens in relation to the regulatory perimeter. Here's the information right here. This is the actual PDF of it. The most important parts are on page 9, I believe. Scrolling down, scrolling 7, 8, 9. Unregulated tokens. In this chapter, we summarize the responses to our consultation on unregulated tokens and what this means for firms and consumers using them. We have numbered questions based on their order in CP19/3 for consistency. Wow. Trying to breathe in and almost died. It says, our consultation broadly described exchange tokens as those types of crypto assets that usually are decentralized and primarily used as a means of exchange. These tokens are sometimes known as cryptocurrencies, crypto coins, or payment tokens. These tokens are designed to provide limited or no rights for token holders, and there is usually not a single issuer to enforce rights against. This is very important. I'll get back to that in 1 second. CP19/3 explained that we consider these tokens to be outside the regulatory perimeter. This means that market participants like crypto exchanges, which only provide a platform for the trading of such tokens, like Bitcoin, for example, are outside our remit. This pretty much means anything that is decentralized enough, that does not have a single issuer, i.e. there is not someone exclusively creating this coin and therefore handing it out, dishing it out to people, handing it, sprinkling it amongst the masses themselves. It falls outside of the jurisdiction of the UK financial watchdog. The other important part was the limited or no rights. This is a very big thing. For those of you who don't get that, there are cryptocurrency tokens right now which give holders or users or owners of such tokens rights on the actual blockchain, i.e. sometimes you're able to vote, sometimes you're able to have specific types of governance on top of these blockchains, which usually then kind of drags it slightly into the category of being a security, which they also do talk about. From my perspective, myself, I am not a UK regulator. I cannot tell you exactly what this means. However, it seems as if Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and I even thought for a bit on XRP, and I think XRP, I can't really tell. We know that Ripple themselves didn't create XRP, that XRP was gifted to them, therefore they were not the creator of said token. That it's very, very odd. And also, when you hold XRP, you don't have any actual rights. That was one of the other things that the US SEC had mentioned before in 2018. They were asking, or rather one of the questions that came up was, do you have any rights when you are holding Bitcoin, Ether, or XRP to the actual network? I.e., I have an XRP, therefore do I have a stake in the actual network, and would I receive dividends from the company Ripple for simply holding their token? This is also slightly explained on page 14, if I can get 13. Wait, is that it? Nope. 14. While the UK Crypto Asset Task Force taxonomy brought order to a larger range of crypto assets, we feel it is valid to amend it to make it clearer for market participants and interested stakeholders. The taxonomy needs to be accurate and reflect developments in the crypto asset market. We have repositioned the taxonomy to do this and ensure our policy objectives are achieved. The regulatory treatment of crypto assets will not change. They have security tokens, e-money tokens, and unregulated tokens. These seem to be the three things that they're kind of going for. No commodity tokens, as it were. I get maybe the commodity tokens would be the e-money tokens. This refers to any token that reaches the definition of e-money. Okay. These tokens are subject to the EMR, and firms must ensure that they have correct permissions to follow the relevant rules and regulations, and also security tokens, which probably under the exact same thing as far as you purchase it in order to you have an expectation of profit from holding said token, i.e. this would usually fall under the category of a stock, bond, or mutual fund, i.e. you're buying something from that company because you expect that company to do well in the future, and therefore them doing well in the future would increase the price of your cryptocurrency. Very fascinating. Like I said, I wasn't expecting this. It's a very interesting day for all of us. Not only the SEC running major cryptocurrency nodes, but the UK has, in essence, given financial regulation out of nowhere. And it's like how many pages? 55 pages. I think page 14 and page 9 are most important, or some of the best information as far as what we need. But yeah, let's move on. Tying almost directly into this, Monica Long, the senior vice president of marketing at Ripple, thinks the United States government needs to rapidly move towards regulating digital assets. In an interview with Bloomberg TV on Monday, Long lays out what smart regulation could do for the country. She said, "We are at a critical crossroads here in history where regulation in the US that ensures responsible actors can use these technologies in a way that continues innovation will set the US up for global leadership, much like our regulatory frameworks did in the 1990s with the internet." Long says ideal regulation should be more principles-based instead of restrictive. She also notes that regulation should classify cryptocurrencies in a way that recognizes their fundamental differences, echoing semi-critical remarks made by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on CNBC earlier this month. Long distanced Ripple from Facebook's Libra project, while agreeing that Libra project brings attention to the blockchain technology. She cautions that it remains to be seen whether Facebook is a bad actor or a responsible actor in terms of the cryptocurrency space. A lot of, how do I say this? A lot of regulators around the world have started grouping all cryptocurrencies together, or all crypto assets together, or everything that is digital, that is electronic money, together in one bucket. Part of the problem is that they're throwing Facebook, Bitcoin, XRP, Ether, Litecoin, Tron, Cardano, all into the exact same pot. And they're all saying that they're dangerous. Something's wrong with all of them. There's a problem with every single one of them. We need to be able to control every single one of them. And the problem is that they can't control all of them. And this is resorting in a type of very scared action that a lot of countries are actually doing. And this is why we also heard before, who was it? One of the other people from Ripple the people from Ripple put out a full page article in the Wall Street Journal, I believe, telling regulators pretty much, hey, we're not all the same, because regulators think that all of these things are exactly the same. They even, for those of you who are like, well, they can't say it's a Bitcoin. Yeah, they also can say the exact same thing for Bitcoin. They may not be able to do as many things as they would like against Bitcoin. However, they can definitely lump all of these things together, and it kind of creates a very restrictive situation, because what a lot of people, especially in the United States, are trying to do right now, especially when it comes to not Litecoin, because they usually take like a backseat drive, anything. So it's usually the people from Ripple, the team from Ethereum, who we don't hear about as much, but they were definitely very active. All of their lawyers were very active in 2018. And the people who, like, such as Jack Dorsey, who are advocates for Bitcoin, they're trying to make sure that all these things aren't grouped together. None of these should really be grouped together, except maybe like Bitcoin, Litecoin, some of the other whatever ones. You understand what I'm trying to say. The fact of the matter is, unless the US does something like this, where they come out of nowhere and have everything completely, okay, here it is, you want it, you got it, good, now go on about your own business, I think the US is going to have a very difficult time. I was thinking it would happen sometime this year. They could surprise us. Like I said before, it could be something completely left field. They may come out of nowhere and say, yep, we already have it. But what I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's too much waiting going on, they're trying to figure out exactly what Libra could do to the US dollar, as opposed to just putting actual regulation around the normal cryptocurrency space so that other things could develop outside of Libra. If you focus too much on Libra will still develop while the other cryptocurrency space will remain stagnant within the United States, as opposed to just giving proper regulatory clarity to the cryptocurrency industry and saying, well, we're going to look at Libra separately as it is part of a multi-billion-dollar institution. I think they're going about it all wrong. The SEC is also not going to give any, people were asking before, and the same exact thing with this, I'm sure people will ask as well, as to why they didn't give exact clarification on exactly which coins are not securities and exactly which coins fall under so-and-so. And so there's a whole bunch of different metrics as far as how decentralized something is, how so-and-so something is. Was this created by a company? Was this given out by the company? This is how they kind of do that metric, because there's not going to be any regulator on this planet who's going to be like, okay, There's 2,000 cryptocurrencies. You take 500, you take 500, you take 500, and let's go through all of them. It's up to the companies or the holders or the creators themselves to ascertain if their coin is something that could fall under the regulatory guidance of countries, and therefore they have to go up to their door themselves and knock on it and say, hey, yeah, this is our coin, this is what we do, so and so and so. They usually tend to focus on some of the larger coins, but even other countries have kind of come out with regulation for the top 5, top 10 coins. The US has done 1.5. We know that Bitcoin is not a security, and we've heard twice that Ether is also not a security, but they were also backtracks on that, and they said nothing is actually written in stone. I think if we had anything, any type of clarification from the US SEC or CFTC as to what at least the top 10 coins were, we would have a crypto market unlike anything we've ever seen in our entire lives. Just any type of regulatory clarity at all. But they're sleeping at the wheel. And that's dangerous when you sleep at the wheel, because you shouldn't be sleeping at the wheel. Anyway, let's move on. I spoke about this, or rather something similar to this the other day. A lot of people liked it, so I'm going to talk about this one. This is not paid advertising, by the way. The crypto payment startup known as Fold, which launched a portal for buying Domino's Pizza using the Lightning Network in February, now offers cash back rewards in Bitcoin to shoppers who use the mobile app for purchases at Amazon, Uber, Starbucks, Burger King, REI, have no idea what that is, and Target, just to name a few. The in-browser app, Wally, already offers this feature for desktop users and is developing a mobile app of its own. Now with Fold entering the game, Bitcoiners might benefit, there we go, from competition between the shopping apps, but while Wally offers an in-browser custodial wallet, which can also be used to spend Bitcoin rewards for external wallets, Fold's app automatically directs the rewards to an external wallet specified by the user. So we spoke about this a couple of days ago. There was something, or an app, or a reward something called Lolly, L-O-L-L-I, where you get a portion of your money back from a purchase in Bitcoin. So a lot of people going crazy for that in the comment section. Now, apparently there's an app called Fold that you're also allowed to use in Amazon, Uber, Starbucks, Burger King, Target, and I assume there are many other names as well. The point is not to go out and lackadaisically spend your money to get back a portion of your money in Bitcoin. It's rather, if you are already going to these things, if you need to buy stuff for your family and you're going to Target, if you are thirsty and you're going to Starbucks, or if you normally take Uber, this could be beneficial for you. Don't just go out and buy things. Always, rather, what I do in life is if I think I need something or think I want something, I usually dig deep within myself and say, do I need that TV? Do I need that new phone? Do I need that so-and-so? Or could I put that into cryptocurrencies? Not financial advice. It's how I live my life. But like I said, if you are already going to these places, it could be nice to get some Bitcoin back for your purchases. Usually you get nothing back, so getting anything back at all from something that you would already be buying is kind of cool. To kind of finish things off, major cryptocurrency platform known as Coinbase is onboarding the cryptocurrency Tezos to its professional trading platform known as Coinbase Pro. As per an official announcement, Coinbase Pro will open up inbound Tezos transfers on the 5th of August. As the company has done in the past, Coinbase Pro will ramp up full Tezos trading in 4 steps: transfer only, post only, limit only, and finally full trading. Additionally, the exchange will document the onboard steps on Twitter. All jurisdictions are stated to receive immediate support for the new offering, with the exception of New York State. No surprise there. The company also notes, I'm sorry for anyone in New York. I feel, you don't understand how bad I feel every time I read something about someone launching something and it launches everywhere else except for New York State. It hurts me a lot, and I want to apologize. I mean, it's not my fault, but maybe write a letter to the people who make the bit license and tell them to kind of get it together, because the fact, you know how crazy that is, that it launches everywhere else except for New York State. The company also notes that Tezos is not available on its main website, Coinbase.com, or its mobile apps. In addition to the cryptocurrency Tezos has a platform for crypto ledgering, which uses smart contracts and proof of stake voting. So the price of Tezos has gone up, obviously. I want to say cool. Yay. We normally don't hear anything about Tezos. A lot of people have been excited because they added Tezos. You are holding Tezos. Cool. Amazing. Coinbase is adding a lot of new coins to their platform, to their pro platform, and many other things. I like talking about when new coins get added to new exchanges, or rather exchanges in general. And Tezos is definitely one of them. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Tezos being added on Coinbase. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Strange Radio Central, Damien, Bankroll Network, Master Ventures in Thailand, 242 to the World, Triple M and J, My Keto Kitchen, Assam M. El Zofri, Adobo, Crypto and Beer Shipmate, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, Crypto Joe, Mohair Maroney, Carl Birchenoff, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Rai Rai, Yasha Harari, Amy Starsheen, Jeffrey Ramsey, Clara T, Snowden, Crypto Artist, Cold Do 3D, Nicholas One Earth, One Piece, One Love, Setsuna, Nick Kanai, Richie Rich III, Arv Dusty, Cody, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Tom Sucks the Basketball, and Sam Skips, Leg Day, Jeremy the Photographer, Jim Gardner, Minty Coins, Arthur Yaku, Nick, Manjalavori, Anthony Charles, and Mechanic. I did it in two breaths. Thank you all very much for your support. At the moment, Tezos is currently up by 20.54%. I believe it was up around 32%. That was the highest amount that it was up. It is currently not going down, but a lot of the hype has diminished. Even the volume has gone down. It is currently at 23 million US dollars worth of volume, when before, rather, in comparison to Bitcoin has, was it 16 billion? 14 billion, excuse me, for my numbers. The market's kind of all over the place. Nothing is really concrete as to exactly what's going to happen. Depending on where you look, once again, I saw at least 5 new articles talking about where the cryptocurrency space could be going. A lot of people believe and think that Bitcoin's price is headed anywhere between 8,200, 7,700, and I even saw an article talking about Bitcoin could be sliding its way down to 6,500 US dollars should no further price movement occur over the next couple of days. On the flip side as well, I saw a lot of information about Bitcoin potentially moving upwards, trying to hit 10,200. People talking about that we could retest 12,000 within the next week or two, and also a couple of people talking about that as we move further into August, which apparently is normally a very negative month for the cryptocurrency space. People said that by the end or middle end, if that makes any sense, of this month, we could be retesting 14,000 once again, trying to push to all-time or further highs by autumn. No one knows. That's the fun part of the cryptocurrency space. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. This is probably the most interesting news that we've had in a while. The SEC is running cryptocurrency nodes. This is almost as major, and I shed a digital tear for the fact that the price of Bitcoin is not $85,000 right now, when we had indications or news that the Chinese government and the Bank of China had released, was like a 20-page PDF talking about the benefits of Bitcoin. If you don't see how great and expensive all of these coins are going to be in the next couple of years, I really can't help you. And also the UK finance watchdog giving I mean, it's in our face. It's there. It's what we were talking about before, and we finally got it. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.